Most people in their 20s think retirement is something to worry about later. But here's the truth. Every year you delay costs you thousands in future wealth. Time is your greatest ally, and compounding is the silent engine that turns small amounts into empires. Your 20s aren't about how much you earn, they're about how early you start. Every dollar invested today has decades to multiply, and that's how ordinary people build extraordinary wealth. The sooner you take control, the sooner you escape the paycheck cycle. Because retirement isn't an age, it's a number. And that number gets easier to reach the earlier you begin. So let's break down the simple steps that can make you financially free before most people even realize they're behind. And here's the part most people miss. Every day you delay, you're not just losing money, you're losing time. The one thing you can never earn back. Your 20s are the launch pad, the era where small habits echo across decades. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to start. Because momentum beats motivation. And when you realize that freedom has a compounding effect too, you'll never waste another year waiting for later. 1. Understand why starting early changes. Everything saving in your 20s isn't about discipline, it's about leverage. Time does the heavy lifting. The difference between starting at 25 and 35 isn't 10 years. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars in missed growth. When you invest early, compound interest becomes your best employee, working every hour, every day without rest. It doesn't need motivation, only time. The earlier you begin, the less you need to invest later. A small start beats a perfect plan that never begins. Because wealth isn't built by timing the market, it's built by time in the market. Start early, stay consistent, and let patience do what hustle can't. Every month you invest is a brick in your future freedom, and those who start first finish free. Because the earlier you plant, the deeper your financial roots grow. Every extra year multiplies your potential, not just by addition, but by acceleration. Even when you think your small effort doesn't matter, the math proves it does. Quietly, exponentially, relentlessly. Those who start now don't need luck. They only need time to do its silent magic. The richest people aren't the smartest, they're the earliest. And every sunrise you start investing, you're already wealthier than the version of you who waited. 2. Build a financial foundation. First, before you invest, you need stability. That means no credit card chaos, no high interest debt, and at least 3 months of expenses saved. A solid base keeps your future from collapsing when life hits hard. Start by tracking your spending. Every subscription, every coffee, every habit that leaks money. Once you know where it goes, you can redirect it toward growth. Automate your savings, make it happen before you ever see the money. Because willpower fades, but systems don't. And remember, it's not about perfection, it's about direction. Even a slow start builds momentum. Every smart choice you make today is future stress you'll never feel again. Because financial freedom starts with financial safety. You can't build wealth on a shaky foundation. First, protect your peace. Your emergency fund isn't just cash. It's confidence that lets you take bigger risks later. When you have stability, fear fades, and opportunity starts to speak louder. Master control now, and every next move becomes stronger. Because freedom without structure collapses fast. But freedom built on discipline lasts forever. 3. Start investing, even if it's just 100. The biggest mistake young people make is waiting until they earn more. But waiting kills compounding. You don't need a big income, you need consistency. Start small. Index funds and ETFs are your best friends. Simple, diversified, and proven to grow. If your job offers a retirement plan like a 401k or Provident Fund, grab it, especially if there's a match. That's free money you should never leave on the table. Then open a brokerage account and invest monthly. Treat it like rent for your future. Non-negotiable, automatic, and consistent. Even $100 a month invested wisely can grow into hundreds of thousands over decades. You don't need luck, just time, patience, and a plan that compounds quietly in the background. Because your first $100 teaches you more than any financial book ever could. It's not the amount that changes your life, it's the habit that does. The markets will move, fluctuate, and test your patience. But every dip is an invitation, not a warning. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it through discipline. Small investors don't stay small. They evolve, learn, and grow with every contribution. And one day, that tiny investment you almost skipped could be the one that buys your freedom. 4. Increase your income, not your lifestyle. Here's the trap. Every time you earn more, you start spending more. That's how people get older but never richer. Instead, when your income rises, raise your investments, not your expenses. Keep your lifestyle steady while your savings grow. Use side hustles, freelancing, or new skills to increase income streams. and channel that extra money into assets that make money for you. Because true wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how little you need to spend to stay free. The people who master lifestyle control master time. In your 20s, that discipline pays you back with decades of freedom. Lifestyle inflation is the silent killer of wealth. It whispers, "You deserve more," while stealing your financial future. Every raise is a test. Will you use it to buy things or to buy freedom? The wealthy don't upgrade lifestyles, they upgrade investments. The sooner you resist the urge to flex, the sooner your money starts working harder than you do. And one day, the same discipline others mocked will be the luxury they can't afford. 5. Make it automatic and unbreakable. Wealth doesn't come from motivation, I guess it comes from systems. Automate your investing so you never rely on emotion or timing. Set it, forget it, and let compounding do its work. Ignore the noise. Markets rise, fall, and recover. What matters is your habit, not the headlines. Invest every month, no matter what. Over time, consistency beats brilliance. Check your portfolio once or twice a year, not every day. You're not trying to get rich overnight. You're building the kind of peace money can't buy. And when your system runs on autopilot, you'll realize something powerful. Financial freedom isn't built by chance. It's built by design. Because consistency is the real currency of wealth. Automate your actions so your emotions can't interrupt them. The best investors aren't the boldest. They're the most predictable. Let your systems protect you from your own impulses. You're not just building money, you're building peace, structure, and certainty. And when your money moves without you, you've already won half the battle. 6. Protect and grow your future self. Once your savings and investments are consistent, start thinking long-term. Insurance, emergency funds, and tax-efficient accounts. These aren't boring details, and they're shields protecting your progress. Get health insurance. One hospital bill can wipe out years of savings. Learn about tax deductions and retirement accounts in your country, because saving smart is just as important as saving more. Reinvest your returns. Don't cash out when things look good. Let compounding stretch its wings. The longer your money stays invested, the more it multiplies. Every financial decision today is a message to your future self. And the more you protect it, the brighter it gets. Because the goal isn't just to grow, it's to keep what you've grown. Risk without protection is like driving fast without brakes. Protecting your assets isn't fear, it's wisdom. Your insurance, taxes, and savings plan are your silent defense against chaos. Think long-term, act smart, and your future self will thank you for every cautious move you make today. Because real wealth isn't loud, it's quietly secured. If you're in your 20s, you're holding the most powerful currency of all, time. Don't waste it chasing instant gratification. Build something that lasts. You don't need to be rich to start. You just need to start to become rich. Every dollar you save, every habit you build, every year you stay consistent. They compound into the freedom most people only dream about. Retirement isn't a finish line. It's the reward for years of smart choices. So start today, start small, and stay consistent. If this opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who thinks retirement can wait. Because in reality, the earlier you start, the sooner you win. Because the truth is, time will pass anyway. The only question is whether you'll be ready when it does. Your 20s can make or break your 60s. The seeds you plant now feed your future self. You don't need luck, trends, or timing. You need a decision that lasts longer than emotion. Start now, stay the course, and let compounding write your success story. Because the people who start early don't just retire rich, they retire free. And freedom is the only luxury that never loses value.